Welcome. NOAA has just released its climate update for October of 2022, and this video is a summary of that report. Let's have a quick overview of what we're going to talk about today. October of 2022 was the fourth warmest October on record. That's of 143. This despite the fact that La Nina is still present and that the world's largest ocean, the Pacific Ocean, has below average temperatures at the moment. There's a 76% probability of La Nina remaining until February of 2023, which is an increase over the probability that we talked about last month. So it seems La Nina is persisting longer than most people expected. Global sea ice extent was the fifth lowest on record. Atmospheric CO2 reached a new record of 415.78 parts per million. That's a new record for October. Let's take a look at how these temperatures are distributed around the globe. North America had its sixth hottest October on record. Europe had its hottest October on record. Asia the sixth hottest. Africa the third hottest. But interestingly, South America had the coldest October for the last 9 years. Australia had its second wettest October on record. This is a percentiles map which shows whether a particular part of the planet had record high or record low temperatures. Record low temperatures are indicated by dark blue, and as you can see, there are no dark blue pixels on this picture, so we had no record low areas. Record high are indicated by deep red, and there are quite a few deep red pixels distributed around the globe. The blue area off the west coast of South America is an indication that La Nina is still in place. Looking at the actual individual temperatures, globally, the anomaly was 0.89 degrees centigrade above the 20th century average. Land was 1.42 degrees centigrade, whereas oceans was 0.7 degrees centigrade. That, remember, land is heating up about twice the rate of the oceans. The northern hemisphere was 1.18, that's the second highest it's been, and the southern hemisphere was 0.6, which is the 10th highest. One of the things that can mess you up about what's going on with global temperatures is the presence of El Nino or La Nina. As a way of removing its effects from the temperature record by choosing a Southern Oscillation Index, which is very similar to the current one, which in October was 1.7. So I've gone through the whole record of global temperatures when the SOI was between 1.5 and 1.9. And this is the plot that I've got as a result. You can see there's a distinct upward trend over this period of time, and if anything, there's a hint that it is accelerating. Here's my matrix that compares the ranking of each month with previous months of previous years. And you can see October there with the fourth warmest October on record, which means that 2022 is almost certainly now going to be the sixth warmest year on record, supplanting 2021. Up to now, we've been talking about surface temperatures. Let's take a look a little bit higher in the atmosphere and look at the mid-troposphere. The global temperature anomaly for the satellite data is 0.32 degrees centigrade. That's up 0.1 degrees centigrade from last month. You can see the purple point, the far right of the curve. This is an average altitude of about 4 kilometers and is averaged over a range of 0 to 13 kilometers. The surface temperature anomaly for this same period is 0.89, so you can see that they are measuring different things. Now let's take a look at sea ice, which is some people's favorite topic. This is the Arctic sea ice, the Northern Hemisphere sea ice, and it was the 8th lowest extent on record. You can see the point over there to the far right. Next, let's take a look at the Arctic sea ice. That was the second lowest extent in October of 2020. This means that the overall Earth is losing about 2.84% of its sea ice per decade. Next, let's take a look at the status of La Nina. Those are the blue blocks shown on this curve, and you can see that there's a decreasing probability that La Nina will dominate after February of next year. ENSO neutral conditions, that's the grey blocks, will take over about that time in March and persist through to the middle of the summer, at which point it seems that an El Nino probability is growing for the end of the year, at which point global temperatures will probably take off quite spectacularly. This is a plot of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, the bête noire of all of this problem. and in October it rose to 415.78 parts per million. That's an increase of 1.85 over the same time last year. That is actually down slightly from the rate of increase that we've seen in the last few months. So in summary then, for October of 2022, La Niña is hanging in longer than was expected, but will probably end its reign sometime in the spring of next year. Globally, it was the fourth hottest October on record, which is surprising seeing we still have a La Niña in progress. And atmospheric carbon dioxide has reached a new record high for October. So thank you for watching. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.